Hey guys, Borning here, and today, other than a goofy video like I did with my top 10 my top 10 DC and Marvel characters that are alike, I'm gonna go with just a normal video. You know, this is not another stupid movie pitch or something like that. I'm gonna be doing movie reviews, so I'm gonna be talking about some stuff too. But today I'm going to make a video on why I love Superman. Why Superman is my favorite superhero of all time. For all of you guys who think I'm just some Marvel fanboy, who I only like Marvel, that's not the reason at all. Because my favorite superhero of all time is Superman. He's my favorite superhero. You know, he's just... You know, I was going to make a video of, like, all facts. Like, a big factual list on how Superman is the best superhero, but I don't want to piss off Batman fanboys, because I know there's a lot of Batman fanboys. I'm not saying I hate Batman, because I actually like Batman. I actually love Batman. He's awesome. It's just he's so overrated, and you know, I don't know. And by a lot of people are like, oh, Superman's overrated. It's like, no, everyone shits on Superman. You know, it's like, how is he overrated? It's like Batman's overrated. Everyone thinks of Batman when they think of the classic DC superhero. It's like, yeah. So, I was going to get this whole factual list on how Superman's the best superhero, but I'm not going to do facts. I'm just going to go deep cuts with why I like him and why I love Superman. This is the reasons why I love Superman. They may not be the reasons why you love Superman, and they're definitely not the reasons why he's the best DC hero. He's not. It's just a matter of opinion. So, if you guys don't like my opinion, then just don't watch my video, or just don't listen to what I say. Because my opinion is that Superman is the best DC hero and is my favorite DC hero, and not only that, my favorite superhero of all time. So let's get into the facts and reasons why Superman is my favorite hero and why I myself love Superman. Starting off the top 6 reasons why I love Superman. Again, this is just the reasons why I love Superman. So they could be a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a specific word. It's not factual, it's just my opinion. It's why I love Superman. Biased. So you could say I'm a little bit biased towards Superman, but these are just the reasons why I love Superman. So, the first reason why, or number 6, I guess, is that I grew up with him. When I was born, I didn't watch Superman when I was born, because I probably wouldn't remember it, but I just remembered reading a lot about 2 superheroes and reading the comics when I grew up. I read 2 superhero comics. Those were Spider-Man and Superman. Spider-Man and Superman, because those are the 2 heroes I grew up with, although I like Superman a little bit more. I grew up with Superman, you know. Superman was my idol. I strive to be Superman, even though Superman's not real and I can't have superpowers. And I need to grow up from stopping a little man-child thing. Because I just grew up with Superman, and you know, he's just such an iconic character to me. He's my symbol of hope for all you people that are like, it's just a stupid S on his chest, he's not a symbol of hope. I have raging syndrome. I don't know. It's like, okay, that's what you want to believe. It's like, okay, Superman's my hero. It's like, I grew up with him. That's the main reason. I grew up with Superman. Not even just Superman. I watched the Superman animated series. I watched the Spider-Man animated series. Surprisingly, I didn't watch Batman the animated series till a lot older in my life. Yeah, I grew up watching... Believe it or not, I actually kind of like Superman Returns, even though it's not my favorite Superman movie. But yeah, we'll just go with that. Number 5, I know more about Superman. Like, if you were to ask me who would win in a fight, Batman or Superman, I would say Superman, because although I like Batman, I know a lot about Batman, I know a lot more about Superman. So I would gravitate more with the fact that I know more about Superman, and yeah, I know more about Superman. I know more about his facts. I know more about his comic book origins, what happened in the comics, hell, the superpowers. I know more about him as a character and as a person who is Superman. I've seen every movie of his. You know, I know more about the character, and I know more about him in a way. You know, Batman I know a lot about. Batman, of course, everyone knows. Superman, everyone knows. Spider-Man, everyone knows. These should be like the 3 superheroes you know the most about. But Superman, for me, is the one I know most about. Number 3, I guess this could go with number 6, but Who cares? I grew up watching Superman's movies. Man, it was Christopher Reeve 100%. And then when Henry Cavill's Man of Steel came out, I went to go see it. And I don't give a shit what the frickin' haters say because that movie was good. In my opinion, it was good. If you didn't like it, that's totally fine. I liked it though. My opinion. So I would just like to say that I liked the movie and I thought it was good. So I grew up watching his movies. I watched the first Superman movie when I was like 7 years old. And I loved it. I came home from something, like the store or something, and I was like, hey, look, it's Superman. It's about to start. So my dad watched it with me, and he was like, oh my god, it's Superman! And he also grew up with Superman. And it's like Superman 2 I like better than Superman 1. Superman 3 is not that great. Superman 4 is a piece of shit. Superman Returns is not the best, but it's okay. Smallville, such a great show. And then Man of Steel is obviously my favorite Superman movie ever. Number 4? No, number 3. No, the last one was number 4. This one is number 3. Sorry about that, guys. This one's number 3. I love what he stands for. You know, again, this goes back to what I said earlier. You know, some people are like, oh, it's just a stupid asshole on his chest. It's like, okay, that's what you want to believe. I love what he stands for. He stands for a beacon of hope. He is that ray of hope. Because there are comics. I think there's a comic where some girl tried to commit suicide and Superman just swooped down and was like talking her out of it, and then she just gave him a big old hug, and then they just hugged, and she brought him back to her family, and it was all happy and springy and peaches, and you guys would be like, oh, what a pussy. Some of you guys are like, oh, I'm into dark shit, I cut myself for breakfast, son. Superman's just a big old American pussy. It's like, okay. It's like, okay, it's just a matter of opinion. It's just a matter of opinion. But yeah, I just love what he stands for, because he stands for a beacon of hope. If Superman was real and you were looking for someone to strive towards, or someone to just be there for you, it's like I know some people don't have the greatest life with their parents, or the greatest relationship with their parents, but he is what you want your father or your mother to be if you're not in that kind of relationship with your parents, or he's what your father is. Like, your father could be Superman when you're little. When you're a little kid, your father's Superman. It's just like, you love what he stands for. He's a symbol of hope, and he is there for you 24/7. He is the symbol of hope and the all-American hero that we deserve. Number 2. Number 2 on my list is, he's a classic. Come on, he's a classic. I think he is the first superhero ever. I could be wrong about that. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. But as far as I'm concerned, he is the first superhero of all time. Because Superman is just a classic. You know, you got the S on the chest where he's lifting the car. That classic comic book cover. Action Comics. Superman is the first superhero ever. He's a classic. People grew up with Superman. People know about Superman all over the world. Everyone knows who Superman is because he's such a classic character and he's such an iconic character in pop culture. Everyone knows who he is. Yes, Batman might be more popular now, but that's not the way it was back in the early 30s or early 40s. Back during World War II, everyone knew who Superman was. Not that many people knew who Batman was. I'm sorry, Batman fans. Yes, Batman had Detective Comics, and he was getting more popular as the years and decades went on. But Superman came first. I think he was before Batman, and he rose to fandom and popularity. And everyone knows who Superman is. Whether you like him or not, you know who Superman is. And the final number 1 reason why I love Superman is, and why he's my favorite superhero of all time, is because he's more of a selfless man than a selfish man. He's an alien.
He's an alien. He's not a man. He doesn't even belong on the earth.
It's like, I know I keep saying it's like, but like, what the fuck? It's like, okay. Yeah, we all know he's an alien. He's from Krypton. He's not an Earth person. You can't relate to him.
I can't relate to him. He's just some stupid alien. He's got all these powers. He's overpowered. Ugh.
People like this really bother me. They don't really bother me. It's just a matter of opinion, like I said. But again, he's more of a selfless man than a selfish. If you ask me, being selfless is much more better. It's a lot better than being selfish. Because if he was just rich and wealthy like Bruce Wayne, I'm sure Bruce Wayne would do this too. He wouldn't keep the $30 in his pocket. He would give it to some homeless man who really needs it. Because he's selfless, not selfish. Again, Bruce Wayne would probably do that. but I'm just saying Superman is more of a selfless man than selfish. I guess you could consider... I'm not trying to bring Batman in this. I'm not trying to start a war or a civil war. I'm gonna get killed by Marvel fans. I'm just saying he's more of a selfless man than selfish, and I'm not trying to start a war, like I said, between Batman fans and Superman fans, but he's more selfless than Batman. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a great thing either, because even though selflessness doesn't really matter out in the real world, it could get you a lot of places, and it makes you a much better person overall. And that's why Superman is much more selfless than selfish, and that's why he is my favorite superhero, and that's the #1 reason why I love him. So yeah, guys, that's my list. That is the main list of why I love Superman. This is why Superman is my favorite superhero of all time. The all-American hero who's not really all-American because he saved everyone else too. He's just an awesome character, and he is my favorite superhero of all time. So if you guys agree with my videos, and if you guys agree with the reasons why I love Superman, hit the like button and subscribe. And if you're a Batman fan, still, I love you too, because Batman is also up there on my top 3 favorite superheroes of all time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.